Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is the Hammered Airsoft Smith bringing you an update on my WE M1918 A1 gas blowback airsoft pistol. If you haven't been following the series regarding this pistol, it's essentially a WE 1911 A1, just modified and whatnot to look similar, or to look like a combination between the World War One era and the World War Two era 1911s combined. It's got real wood grips from the real steel 1911s, World War One era, fitted to it. Got steel slide stop. Um, Most of the gun is over 14 years old, and yeah, that's pretty much. Oh, and it's been aged or weathered or whatever with oven cleaner. Nothing is in the chamber. I've checked it numerous times before the video, and we'll remove the detachable box magazine. Right. So, talking about the aged or whatever, I just re-aged it with a cheaper oven cleaner I got at Walmart, and I did get a darker result out of it. I kind of really like this gun to look blued or just like blackened, but I haven't gotten that lucky to find anything like that because I'm tired of painting it. I don't want to paint it ever again. Duracoat maybe? I don't know. They do have an aerosol Duracoat now, so I'm thinking about that. I don't know. I don't like doing all that bullshit. I'd rather do some sort of bluing. It's easier. Cold bluing anyway. But anyways, moving on, dude. Yeah, it looks good. Not a big deal there. Just a little bit darker than usual. Um, so re-weathered or re-aged. It's got a this was a WE 1911 A1 arched mainspring housing until I got my hands on it with a file, and I made it a flush flat mainspring housing. I know I said flat twice, whatever. Mainspring housing, so it's like more historically correct. It's got a World War One era mainspring housing instead of a serrated one. That nice black serrated one I got from Non-Existent. Hey, dude, uh, that has been put onto another pistol that I like a lot, and that hasn't been shown yet. So, moving on. The rear sight I've modified so it looks more like a World War One era, 1913, 1918. This freaking camera has been sucking so much ass lately, and not even like good ass. You see how it's rounded now instead of a square? There you go. That's what I want to show you. Yeah, now you can see it. It looks pretty good. I love the way this pistol looks even more so now, especially with the last update that I have on it. This last update regards 3 individual pieces on the gun. Let's hop to it. I don't want to fuck around. I got the aluminum black metal finish, which is essentially bluing for aluminum. Yeah. Hey, Lazouche, check it out, dude. Because I know he's been wanting to find some way to blue or whatever airsoft parts. Well, there you go, dude. $8 at Midway USA. I'm sure it's around the same price at Brownells. I don't know what other websites you can get it on, but shop around, Amazon, eBay, whatever. It's the simplest thing ever. You just make sure the surface you want to work on is prepped, it's clean, it's dry, degreased, whatever. And then you take a Q-tip, you just dip it in the bottle here, and you just almost kind of like paint it on. First I painted it on, and then I kind of like dabbed it and kind of pushed some pressure to kind of really get it really. That's when you start seeing the black really show up. It is very quick working. Yeah, and it's not a paint. It's not anything like that. It's bluing. It has a chemical reaction with the metals in the piece or on the part. So there's no dimensional changes or anything like that. So you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. Oh god, I'm having a little bit of a, oh god, what do you call it? But anyways, I blackened the outer barrel, the inner barrel, and the bushing. This camera really sucks, god damn. Okay, since the outer barrel consists of a lot of copper content, it did react differently, not aluminum, so I knew this, and it corroded a little bit. This is corrosive. Oh yeah, I remember what I was saying. When you apply it, the more you apply it, the darker it gets, and when you get to the darkness that you would like, you rinse it with cold water, and then you apply oil or whatever you use to protect it. And let it cure overnight, whatever the hell that means. I'm going to say it's safe to assume you do it before you go to bed, wake up, and it's set for you. You know, that's, again, assuming that you have like 8 hours of sleep. I don't know why they didn't just say like 8 hours or 12 hours or whatever amount of hours. That, I thought that was just kind of funny. It says that too. It says it on the back here. I'd show you, but my camera is a piece of shit and won't cooperate. Right. So, let's. Oh yeah, and it takes about a minute for each coat to dry. I got about 10 coats on the outer, 10 to 12 coats on the outer barrel. Okay. And I have maybe 3 on the barrel bushing and maybe 3 on the inner barrel. This camera's not gonna pick up all the detail that I could see, so this probably isn't gonna look all that much like a big deal to you guys, but the outer barrel is mostly copper, but it did stick pretty well on the bottom side. It's very, but I didn't actually clean this. I did a big no-no. I didn't even bother cleaning this at all. I just made sure it was dry. I wiped whatever oils off, and then I applied the blackening. As long as this was black, that's all I cared about, but I figured, well, why not experiment? And this is all just an experiment to me. This is fun. This is pretty freaking awesome, really. So that's that. There's not really any more explanation there. It did corrode a little bit here, which was expected, but it just rubbed off. Not a big deal. It had like that green corrosion like you see on pennies. It's the bushing here is mostly aluminum. It's got some copper, which is why you see, hopefully you can see some corrosion. Okay. This is all good news for me as far as this coming out the way, because that's the look I'm looking for. But for you guys, maybe you want to really make sure that your parts are high in aluminum content. This is all blackened. This whole thing has been blackened. So that's pretty good. And again, 3 coats. 3. And this was 10 to 12. It did stick to the chroming. Now, this is what I've learned. I've learned a lot from this. I learned that if you only sand a little bit of like the chrome lining of the gun, of the barrel, it will stick really good. Because check this out. This was pretty much bare. This was pretty much bare. Okay, this is all very worn. This used to be painted, and then I sanded it, repainted it, sanded it, repainted it over the years doing that. And then this side was usually left chrome lined, so it was like a Series 70 barrel. But I eventually sanded this to make it look older and whatever, and then I was like, oh, okay, well, there's more, okay, more of that copper or whatever, and I was like, well, maybe I'll try to age it. It didn't age for whatever reason, probably because it's copper, and then but all this was left alone because I don't want there to be problems with the barrel lugs. But it stuck to this very well. So if you got a chrome lined barrel and you want to paint it, of course it's metal, right? So you want to sand it just a little bit, and then you don't have to, but there's a layer there you have to take off. because that chrome lining, that is a little resistant. Because I know if this was all chromed like my Desert Warrior one is currently, it most likely would not stick well. I haven't tried it. I could be wrong, but because this is all chromed and it stuck a little bit back here, but that could have just stuck to a part that was worn, that had some of the chrome lining shaved off. I did in the barrel and the barrel bushing do my little graining technique where it looks like there's like it's steel, like it's real steel, and you put the grain in it. I did that too, the whole barrel and the barrel hood here, or chamber hood here, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. There you go. See the lines going in that direction? That's it. I love the fact that it's showing through. I knew it would because it's bluing. Blackening. And same here. Get the right angle. Trying to get the right angle, dude. I guess you're just gonna have to take my word for it, huh? Because I'm not getting the right... It showed up really well on here. You kind of see it. I don't know, this camera sucks ass. Anyways, moving on. Yep, so that's the end result. Of course, pieces of this are gonna chip off or whatever because of the copper content. I can't stress that enough. Obviously, again, more aluminum content, probably better results, because that's what it's for. Knowing that, I'm not an idiot or whatever the fuck you want to say, because like I said, it was an experiment. And I knew if I experimented on this gun that I would be able to fix it if I didn't like it. But I happen to love it. I like this gun even more now, even though it's really just, it's that, cosmetic. I did test fire it with it on, with the blackening, and there's not much wear. It's a little bit back here by the 45 ACP markings. Not that you could see shit. It's like everyone's Ray Charles through his camera. Jesus Christ. But that's pretty much it, guys. 13 minutes of just telling you the simple shit. Well, it was little bits and pieces, but I really wanted to explain better in depth about this blackening stuff, because I know a lot of people in airsoft are looking to get some of that or something like it. A lot of them talk about cold bluing. But this might be the way to go, guys. I mean, you could definitely do a whole gun. I'm really thinking about it. But the thing is, this is clearly not going to be enough. So, I don't know if I'm going to do it anytime soon, but because I got other things planned. Alright guys, thanks a lot for watching, and I hope I made some sense of this video. Nice graining there. And, God man, this is... Ooh. I really don't like dropping the slide without a magazine in there. I got excited. Oops. Alright guys. See you around.